So I don't know why Islam Makhachev said this, but he said, I can say that with confidence that he would easily do it, talking about Habib coming back and defeating Sean Strickland. Like, I just find this really, really bizarre. Why is this even a thing? Like, firstly, Habib is really out of shape now. We've seen him, he's put on a lot of weight. Like, if he came back in that shape and fought Sean Strickland, he's not going to win that fight. Especially at middleweight. Like, the guy didn't even fight at welterweight in the UFC. Like he wanted GSP to come down to 155 to fight him. Like he's not going to go up. He wouldn't go up to middleweight and fight Sean Strickland. You know the size difference would be so much. Like Sean Strickland had a fight at 205. Obviously he was out of shape in that fight, but you know the guy is a big guy. He's not like a small guy. I know he fought at welterweight, but he was killing himself to make that weight division. But the weird thing is, all the replies are like completely acting like that Islam said like a real uh what's the word I'm looking for? Like a statement everybody knows. Like everyone's acting like it's a foregone conclusion that Habib would like run through Sean Strickland. It's fucking weird. Like he's a lightweight. Habib was talking about moving down to featherweight at one point. Like what the fuck? Why are people acting like this is like a fact and it's not like a competitive fight or something like that? I get middleweights. Middleweight is one of the least skilled divisions, but like Sean Strickland is a lot bigger than fucking Habib, man. Like he's a lightweight. Like Habib would be, he would look like Aliskar Kisraev in there, because Kisraev is a former lightweight who fights at middleweight. You know, Habib literally same height as him, pretty much the same height. Kisraev's probably got better striking. Like Habib would be like Kisraev at middleweight. Like he'd probably have such shit cardio fighting at that weight class. He'd be out of shape. He'd be so undersized. Like a fucking. I know Habib's got a good chin at lightweight, but at middleweight, a jab from Sean Strickland would probably like drop him. Like I don't think people realize that weight classes exist for a reason. Like Sean Strickland's takedown defense is like one of the best parts of his game too. And if you're gonna have a fucking overweight Habib fight him, he's just gonna stuff the takedowns from Habib probably and just fucking destroy Nurmagomedov's body. It's I don't know, it's just a weird narrative to set. Like, why is this? Why is Islam even like fucking saying this? Like, Habib was a great fighter. He was the greatest lightweight of all time, but like he fought at welterweight maybe on the regional scene a couple times, but he never fought at welterweight in the UFC. He never wanted to. He always wanted to fight at lightweight. And you're talking about him going up and fighting a middleweight? Like the guy never even tested himself against welterweights. Middleweights are a lot bigger. Like middleweights are a big guys. I'd say Sean Strickland's probably like cutting from like 205, something like that, in shape maybe. Like the middleweight cut's not easy for him. He had a bad weight cut against Israel Adesanya. He even said it himself. Like it wasn't a good cut down. So the guys are not small. People just assume when people fought at a weight class lower that it means that they're small for that division or something. But I mean, look at Michel Pereira for example. He was a welterweight. He's massive for fucking middleweight. He'd probably be at like he's light heavyweight size. Just because someone fought at a weight class below doesn't mean they can't gain, get bigger or anything like that. You know, like look at Javier Paiva, for example. He was a flyweight in the UFC. He just missed weight for a bantamweight fight in UAE Warriors, so the fight didn't happen. You know, like I think people are assuming that Sean Strickland's like small for the weight class. He's like 6'1". Obviously, that would help Habib in a hypothetical matchup because taller people are a lot easier to take down. But like Sean Strickland's takedown defense is solid, and he'd probably be a lot stronger than anybody Habib's ever faced. I don't think that's a crazy statement. The guy fought lightweights, which, like, 155 is, like, quite a bit of a weight difference from 185. I know that might be crazy to say, but I mean, it's a factual statement. That's 30 pounds difference. That is a massive difference in weight. And Habib is not in shape. If he fought at middleweight in shape, he'd probably have to weigh like 175 pounds or something to get in proper shape and everything. Like, or he'd have to bulk up a shit ton of muscle and then have really bad cardio. So, yeah, it wouldn't be a beneficial. There would be no benefits in that fight for him, in my opinion. Like he would have to be a weird size fighter to like I don't know to actually fight Sean Strickland at middleweight. He would either have to fucking be fat as fuck or bulk up because Strickland would just like plow through him, in my opinion. But I don't know, weird narrative to even set, and I don't know why people are all agreeing with this. Like, there was weight classes for a difference. He's two weight classes bigger than fucking Habib. He fought at light heavyweight. Like he's look at the Lazy King. The Lazy King's a really good talent, and he fought a guy at middleweight. I think his nickname was the Polish Tank, and fucking, he couldn't do anything except for like the fifth round where he got a knee bar out of nowhere. But he was literally getting destroyed by a middleweight. Now he's moving down to lightweight. You know, I don't think fucking, Sean Strickland's the best middleweight in the world at the moment. I don't think Habib would be able to go in there and impose his wrestling like that just because Sean Strickland would be so much bigger, man. I don't know. If this was size per, like, if they were the same size, if this was a pound for pound fight, you know, if they were literally the same size, then yeah, Habib would beat him, but they're not the same fucking size, are they? Like, you can't just have a lightweight move up to middleweight and think, shit, he is technically better, but like, there's weight classes for a reason. Fucking Sean Strickland would beat him if Habib just moved up to a middleweight, man. Like, I don't know. People have these weird narratives. Like I get middleweight is the worst division in my opinion, but they're big guys. Like they're big guys, and they do know how to fight. And Sean Strickland, takedown defense, cardio, and pressure are his bread and butter. He's literally stylistically, he's probably a really bad matchup for Habib. Even if they were the same size, I still think Habib would beat him if they were the same size. Don't get me wrong, but like, he could probably gas Habib out. If he had like Habib in the third round, like he was against Conor, where he's a bit slower. Obviously, I know Habib fucking destroyed Conor. I picked Habib to beat Conor, but still, like if he was like that, if he was a bit tired and slowed down a little bit after having a hard first two rounds, like going real hard in those first two rounds, then Sean Strickland's just gonna pressure him and destroy him against the fence. Like the guy dropped Israel Adesanya. Like the guy would drop Habib. Like I don't fucking get these narratives, man. They piss me off so much. Like Habib is a human being. He was a special talent at lightweight, but he's still human. Like people act like he is fucking superhuman. Habib bleeds the same blood you and I bleed. Habib fucking sleeps like we sleep. Habib has to eat 3 meals a day like we do. Like Habib is a normal man. He is a fucking. Well, I'm not going to say normal man. He's a special fighter. He's a special talent. He would kill fucking 99.9% of the people on this earth. But fucking, I just mean he is a human being like me and you. Or you and I should say. Gotta be correct grammatically. But still, like, I don't know. People act like he's superhuman. I don't understand it, man. Like, he did have a good chin and everything. He's a really good fighter. I'm not denying that. Like I said earlier, the greatest lightweight of all time. But you can't just move him up two divisions after years off and think he's going to be able to run through Sean Strickland. Like, I don't know. Islam Makhachev, I get that you're like really close friends with Habib Nurmagomedov. You two have trained together since you were kids and everything. But come on, man. What are you talking about? Like, fucking hell, man. Like, why is everyone acting like fucking Habib would run through Sean Strickland, man? I don't get it. Sean Strickland is the most underestimated fighter in the UFC. Nobody ever gives Sean Strickland a chance in any fucking fight. People were picking Marvov against him. There were some people picking Abbas Magomedov against him. Literally nobody, and myself included, gave him a chance against Israel Adesanya. Even against Jared Cannonier, we were not giving him a chance. We're like, oh, he's going to get starched. He should have won that fight, in my opinion. It was close, but like nobody was giving him a shot in that fight. Like Sean Strickland is the most underestimated fighter. Like I've seen people say he's the easiest champion to beat and all this stuff. A guy said because Alex Pereira knocked him out in one round. Alex Pereira knocks out a fucking lot of people in round one. It's Alex Pereira. He's a fucking got a missile for our left hand. I don't know. Sean Strickland is so underestimated. It's actually fucking crazy. Like, I get it. Middleweight's not the greatest division. I say it myself. I think it's the worst male division skill wise, but Sean Strickland's good. Like, I know his style doesn't look good, his defense doesn't look good, but it fucking works for the guy. He is a good fighter. He's fucking got great cardio, good pace, good boxing skills. Really fucking underrated defense. Like, I don't know. He is so underestimated though, but it's fucking yeah, it's ridiculous. I feel like Sean Strickland's gonna end up going on like some real long fucking tirade or something, and people are still gonna doubt him. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But fucking hell, man, Sean Strickland is so underestimated. It's crazy. But if you made it this far into the video, make sure you give it a like. Let me know your thoughts on Islam Makhachev saying Sean Strickland would lose to Khabib Nurmagomedov if he came back. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that statement. And if you're not already, make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Peace.